real courage and real bravery is when you're afraid, but you take that leap anyways. Wow. When it's all up in your face, it kind of forces you to think about it. My hair is washed. It feels so good. I love washing my hair. It's just satisfying. So I want to also show you what I'm going to be using to retwist my hair. So I'm going to be using this aloe vera gel. I love it. I'm going to link it down below in the description. And it doesn't leave any buildup. It's super lightweight. So that's the reason why I was like, yeah, I want to get this. And it holds pretty well. So I really like it. And yeah, so this is the aloe vera gel I'm using. I have this spray bottle, so if my hair gets a little bit dry, you can get that. Of course, gotta put my hair in a ponytail to places that I'm not using. We're gonna do this retwist and let's just have a conversation, because man, I have a lot to talk about. Alright, so I just want to start by talking about where I've been for the past 2 weeks, because I know I was posting consistently for a while and then I stopped posting for 2 weeks. So the first week I had a video ready and I wasn't feeling well, so like making a whole nother video was just out of the question because I was not feeling good at all. Like I was laying in bed all week and it was not fun. I had a video ready, but then my phone decided to run out of storage again. And if you recall from my last video, I've been having these issues for a little while and it's getting really frustrating because I will spend hours and hours editing a video just for the storage to run out and I can't even get access to the video. So that was really frustrating. Like this time I had like a Sunday reset video ready and I bawled my eyes out because it was such a good video. My phone deleted the whole video and I loved that video so much. I was devastated because I was like, oh my gosh, I just worked so hard. I spent hours editing this video and I can't even get access to it. So that was really frustrating. And then the next week, I actually started going to an in-person school. If you don't know, I was online school, so that was helping me to be able to get more videos out as well. I did not have time to create another video as well, and I was kind of a little bit scarred from the last 2 weeks because I didn't have motivation to make a video because I was like, what if I run into the same issue as last week and the week before that where I create this video, I edit it for hours, and I can't even get access to it. And so having that thought in the back of my mind was not helping at all. And I'm like, I love YouTube, I love editing, I love creating content, but it's so hard to be motivated to create content when you have this thought in the back of your head saying, this is not going to work out. This week I had to kind of get out of that and say, you know what? There is a possibility that I'm not going to be able to get this video. And I might be upset. Well, I will be upset because I work really hard for my videos and I work to improve. But there's also a chance that this video is going to work out. And so if I think like that, I can kind of say, you know what? Let's think optimistically. Let's try to still create content because that's what I love to do. And not be afraid that something bad is going to happen. And it's definitely hard because, like I said, these past videos I've worked really hard for just for them to flop because I can't even get access to them. So while that was going on and I was going to a new school and I was just super excited about that, I was also feeling some I was also going through some personal things as well, struggling with forgiving my stepdad for the things that he's done and kind of remembering some things that happened to me when I was younger. I have this feeling that something happened and I just can't remember, and that was really bothering me. But it's like, for me, everything was reminding me of my stepdad. Everything. It's like I'm getting to this point where I'm like, when is this going to end? Like I'm ready to finally get over this because all of these things happened 2 years ago. He's been in jail for 2 years, I think now, or maybe like he's been gone for 2 years now. And it seems like it's like he follows me everywhere I go because I just can't, get him out of my mind. Like everything reminds me of him. I've just been struggling this week with holding in unforgiveness and just anxiety because, like, at night I would feel like he was there, like, watching me. It was really scary. I feel like I'm struggling as well to kind of not fall into another depressive episode because in the past I've struggled with seasonal depression and I can feel it trying to come up. I can feel it, like I can feel like, oh my gosh, something bad is gonna happen, or I feel like more and more unmotivated each and every day. And so I'm trying to combat that. I'm trying to prevent that from happening because I really don't want this to be the norm. I don't want every time November or August rolls around, I start to sink back into depression and sink back into that dark place that I was in. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of the endless cycle and I want things to get better. Like just navigating how to do that is tricky. I'm learning and I have to acknowledge that as well. Like I'm learning, I have to be patient with myself. It just feels like I keep going back and forth, like it's an endless cycle. I fall into a depressive episode, I get better, and then I'm motivated again, and then I fall into another one, and then I'm back again. It's like it switches so quickly, and it's so hard and it's so overwhelming because I feel like sometimes a ticking time bomb. Like any minute, I'm just going to explode. I'm not the only one who's struggling with these things. And that's why I want this YouTube channel, because I want to help people to grow, to learn, to be patient with themselves, to heal. But I can't pour from an empty cup, and I don't want to be a hypocrite, if that makes sense, because sometimes I feel like a fraud, like imposter syndrome. I feel like, how can I be talking about all these things when I'm experiencing them right at this moment? I just have such a desire to create stuff for other people. I have a desire to help people, to love people, and to be a part of their lives. And I feel like sometimes mental health gets in the way of that. I also feel overwhelmed because in March I'm going to be 18 and I'm going to be an adult. And it's so strange. Like, I'm just like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's all. That's all I can say is I don't know. When I was younger, I had this big plan for 18, and my life definitely doesn't look like that right now. And of course, I'm not upset. I was really young when I made those plans, and I didn't really think of all the different factors and all the different ways that I would struggle mentally and emotionally, and I didn't think about trauma. I didn't think about any of that and how that affects the way I live life. It's frustrating sometimes. And I did not know if I'm doing good right now. Because if you recall, I'm still learning. Like, I'm still learning how to do my retwist. So, if you haven't watched my 6-month lock journey, I kind of talk a little bit about that. So you should watch that. It's an amazing video and it's one of my favorites. Definitely still learning. I'm not really that great at this. My parts aren't the best. But I just want to do like a light retwist so I can, just feel a little bit more put together because I haven't had a retwist in a very long time. I just want it to be, retouched. I did that the wrong way. See? Or did I? Wait, let me see something. See, I be struggling. Yeah, I did that the wrong way. Knowing like which way to twist sometimes trips me up too because I'm like, wait a minute, I do not know which way I'm supposed to twist this. So I'm like, oh my gosh. We need to be looking in the mirror while I'm tripping because I have a mirror right beside us. So those are all the bad notes, but let's talk a little bit about the good notes. So on a good note, let's see. I'm starting the new school, like I said, and I love it so, so much. Like, I love the small environment. I love the students there. I love the teachers. Like, I love the teachers. And it's amazing. It's an amazing school. I'm taking a martial arts class, which is by far my favorite so far because I don't know. I just, as soon as I saw that they were doing a martial arts class, I was interested. I was like, yeah, that's what I want to take. And at first, I was going to this dance class, but it just didn't really feel right for me. I didn't like really the structure of it. I didn't like that we didn't stretch first or warm up. And like, I'm just used to a different style of dance class, and I didn't feel like I was learning something because we just jumped right into the choreography. And I really like, I love learning. Like, I want to learn new things and I want a little bit more structure. So I was like, I went to my advisor and I was like, hey, is it okay if I switch to martial arts instead of dance? And he was really sweet about it and he switched me over. And that first martial arts class, it was so fun. I loved it so, so much. Like, oh my gosh. And it really challenges me. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a challenge. And I know that I'm really going to thrive in that class. Because, man, it was so fun. And so I really love this new school. And I'm so thankful because of my Nana, because she's the reason why I'm able to go to an in-person school in the first place. And I'm so thankful because she's actually, this is a little mini story time, but she's staying with us for a little while to kind of help with my brothers and just help us, so there's another adult in the home. And this just felt like such a weight lifted off because for the longest time, not for the longest time, I'm going to say for like about 2 years, I felt like I had to step up and be the other adult in the home, to be the second mom. And I wasn't able to just be a kid, to just enjoy being a kid. And now I'm going to be 18, but I'm still going to enjoy being a kid at 18. It's like, that's not the end all be all. But it's like, I finally get to just relax and be a kid and not think about adult things, not feel this pressure of being the second adult in the home. And I know that this is something that I put on myself. My mom never like explicitly said to me, Malia, like, now that Trenton's gone, now that your stepdad's gone, you have to step up. But it was more like as soon as he was gone, it felt like I had to be strong for everybody else. I had to be the one to hold everybody together, to be the glue of the family. And I think a lot of oldest siblings feel this way as well, especially if you have a single parent. But it was like I had this immense pressure. And so having my Nana here has been the biggest blessing, because it's like I feel like I get to relax, I get to be a kid, and I get to worry about me. I don't have to worry about anyone else. And of course, I still worry about my family. They're my family. I love them and I still take care of them. But now it's different because I don't have to take care of them in a way like as if I'm an adult, if that makes sense. Now it's like I'm just taking care of them as their older sister. And that has been such a major blessing. Such a major blessing. And I remember before my Nana came and when my mom told me, it took me a minute to kind of process what she told me, because she was like, guess what, Malia, Nana's going to be staying with us. And I was like, oh, cool, okay. But then when my mom left, it sank in and I started just crying so hard because I was like, wait a minute. Like, it was like a weight lifted off. It was like, wait a minute. I am not going to be the other adult in the home. My Nana's going to be the second adult in the home. And this pressure was just lifted off. And oh my gosh, it was amazing. I think I cried like 3 times that day because it was like I would cry, then I stopped crying, then I cry, and then I stopped crying. And yeah, it was just it was an emotional day. But man, like, if you have any single parents around you, sometimes just being like, you know what, I can take your kids for a little bit. I can, take them out and let you have a day. to yourself is all they really need, honestly. Like, that's something that would really help. And I think not a lot of people know that, because I remember there was a time where my mom's only babysitter was me. And of course, I needed breaks too. And so I would be burned out. My mom would be burnt out because it was just me and my mom. And so at those times, what we really felt like we needed was just somebody to be there, like someone to be like, you know what, hey, like I can take the boys for a day or two, or I can just take them to the park for a little bit. Something as small as that makes such a huge difference. It makes such a huge difference, and it gives the parent like just some time to get some rest and a break, because it's stressful being an only parent. And I know that sometimes my mom feels like she's not enough, which I know you're watching, Mom, and you are enough, and you've always been. But um, there's just so many things that I know could help a single parent. And maybe like one day I'll make a video about that, because like living with a single mom, it's like I feel like I have kind of an inside perspective, because I've experienced it and I've seen it firsthand. Another thing that's been on my mind a lot is this fear that I have of like relationships, of intimacy, and how present it has become. Because I remember it started off as a small thing, and when I actually got into a relationship, it just expanded. I realized how deeply afraid I really am, and how much, like, with everything in my being, I want to avoid it at all costs. Like, I want to avoid relationships, and that's friendships too, because I used to really desire deep friendships and connections with people, and I really used to try and strive for that. But there got to a point where I just stopped trying. It just felt like it would just be better to be alone, because the only person I could hurt or be hurt by is myself. And that's definitely not a great mindset to have. And it's something that I'm working on and I'm healing from, because I know that we need community and we need to be around people. We need that. Like, we are people who need connection, physical connection, emotional connection, mental connections. We need that. And so I really want to work on trying to create deeper relationships and not being afraid to go further. Honestly, I just want to stay on the surface, and I don't want any like romantic relationships. I don't want anything, because I'm so afraid of it, to the point where just thinking about me in a relationship makes me feel like I'm going to puke. Like, it makes me feel disgusted, and that shouldn't be a thing, but it is. I just feel like I don't even want that ever in my life. I'm super conflicted, because one moment I will be like, I know I need relationships. I know I need people. I know that I do have a desire for relationships, romantic and platonic. But as soon as I think that, it's like my body's like, no, I don't want that. And I get disgusted and I feel sick to my stomach. And it made me think how we as people, a lot of times we want to stay where it feels safe, but we need to be pushed out of our comfort zones, because that's where we grow and that's where we learn. And for right now, I don't need to be in a relationship, romantic at all. But I really want to push myself to go deeper in my friendships. I really want to push myself to trust people again, to really, say, I've been hurt in the past by friendships, I've been hurt in the past by family, but that doesn't have to define what my relationships will look like now. And that doesn't have to get in the way of the ones that I'm trying to build right now. So I'm trying to take that, leap, and just be like brave. Real courage and real bravery is when you're afraid, but you take that leap anyways. You're afraid, like you're afraid to make a YouTube video or a YouTube channel, but you do it anyways. Because you know that in the long run, this is going to be something that's going to benefit you. This is going to be something that's going to benefit others. And so I've just been thinking about that lately. I see lots of different relationships, especially during these times, and friendships, and people are really getting like super close to people and being all cozy, you know what I'm saying, and sharing the people they love and all of that different stuff. And when it's all up in your face, it kind of forces you to think about it. Even if you've been avoiding the thought of it, it kind of says, like, okay, now you got to think about it. It's the fact that I'm not even close to done right now. Because every time I talk, like, I want to stop doing it. I need to multitask. Oh, and also, I've been working again. And working used to be one of my biggest, like, outlets and something that just brought me so much joy because I love seeing all the customers and I love talking to them and just meeting all kinds of different people. And I'm finally working again because I stopped working for, I think, how long? I don't remember. I think a couple months. And I started working again, and my coworkers, I love them so much. They were like, "Why did you leave me?" And blah blah blah. Like, you left for so long. Like, where have you been? And it was a fun reunion. But I'm so happy that I'm working again because I love my coworkers. Of course, I love the customers, and it just brings me so much joy. So I'm glad I'm working again. But there was actually this customer that literally broke me. Literally broke me. So there's this customer, I was just cleaning and doing my job, and this guy, he started talking to me while I was cleaning, and I knew that he just needed a listening ear, so I was like, I'm right here anyways. So, you know what, I'm going to listen and talk back with him because I'm cleaning and he's right there, so it's okay. And so he started talking to me, and he started telling me about his life and his life story. And this was a drug addict and an alcoholic, so I kept my distance. I still had to be wise. So like I kept my distance, and he was telling me a story, and then he broke out in tears. This was an old man, and he just broke out in tears. And as soon as he started crying, like, I just felt what he was feeling so deeply. I felt the hurt and I felt everything that he was feeling. And it broke me because this old man, he had nothing left. Nothing left. Like, and he gave his last dollar to another customer. Like, I saw him before he told me about all the things that he was going through. I saw him give his last dollar to one of the customers who needed it. And so it was like, oh my gosh. So as he was telling me that and crying, I went and I grabbed him some tissues and I spoke to him because as he was crying and talking about all these things that were going wrong, he was like, but I know that God has me and God still has me alive for a reason. I just felt like I needed to tell him that he was worthy, that he is enough, because he just felt like he wasn't enough, like that he should have been the one to die. And it just broke me. And so I spoke into him and I said, you gave your last dollar, so I'm giving you mine. Because at this point I didn't really have any money. I just had $1 that another customer gave me. And so I said, you gave another customer your last dollar, I'm giving you mine. And this man, he was crying, he was in tears, and it broke me. And so as soon as I left him, it was like, that's when all these emotions just hit me. Like, it was like, and I just started crying my eyes out like a little baby. And it was like, Oh my gosh, like if you were there, you would see why I was crying. If you felt what he was feeling, if you saw this man cry, like he had nothing left. And I went over to do my job, like finish up in the actual area where the food is and everything. And my friend TJ, she was talking to me, and then she was like, "Are you okay?" And then you know when people say, "Are you okay?" and the tears just start rushing down. Like, don't do that. That should be against the law. If you see someone, don't say, "Are you okay?" Okay, because they will start crying. Anyways, but I started bursting out, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, what's the matter?" And I told her what happened, and she was like, "Oh, Malia." And yeah, and then she just kept everywhere I went to cry, she was there. It's like, TJ, why are you everywhere? Like, I walked away to cry, and then TJ came, and yeah. But yeah, working with different types of people and being a person that feels things deeply is really hard sometimes, because when I get home, it can be draining because I feel like I'm feeling people's emotions. But what I'm learning in the season is just how to separate myself from other people's emotions. Because if I don't do that, then I'm going to be miserable every time I'm around people. I know this is probably going to look so bad, but I'm just going to show you the back. I'm scared, honestly. I hope it looks good. So I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to step aside for a little bit, get a little bit more done, and then get back to our little, talk and show you my retwist. So this is it right now. I don't know how it looks because I can barely see. Hold on, let me see something. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't look bad. Okay. I gotta finish that row up. Like, I need to just get all of this down. Look at that. Does not look bad at all. Okay. You know what I just found? What? What is this? How did this happen? How did it have been like that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix it. Bro, that's so weird. Anyways, I made a little bit of a dent. Maybe. Yeah, just a little bit. But we're gonna continue, so it's okay. I think that I need to do is get a blow dryer because I think that's gonna really help keep them locked and not unraveling. Because I know that when my loctician first did my locks, she had a blow dryer and she had us like sit underneath the blow dryer so it can dry, so it can stick, so it can stay there, so it doesn't unravel. And so I definitely need to get a blow dryer. I also really want to work on my parts. Right now I don't know where my comb is, so I can't really control that at the moment. But in the future, I want to do better with my parts and like make them look a little bit more neat so they can, I can feel like, this looks so nice. This looks sharp. Like I'm actually getting my hair done. So, yeah, that's something that I really want to work on. And just getting some more products that are just better for my locks, making sure that I have a washing routine and schedule, and just paying closer attention to them. Because sometimes I'll get so busy that I'm not really paying that much attention to my locks, and they could be combining, things could be just not doing well with them. So I really want to make sure that I'm checking in on them and washing them more frequently, having a set time and day. And I can't wait for my 1 year lock video. That's going to be fun to make. Because what am I on? I think I'm on month 9. Wait a minute, let me think. Like, okay, I got them March 12th. Nope, I'm still on month 8. I'm still on month 8. I'm going to be on month 9 in December. So yeah, it's so amazing. And I love my locks. Of course, I have my days where I want to comb them out or at least restart them because I don't want to get rid of my locks at all. But there's some locks that sometimes bother me because all of my locks are different sizes and shapes. And sometimes that bothers me. But I'm like, you know what? They are beautiful. They're all unique. And that's fun. And I'm not going to restart them because that's just too much, honestly. Like, especially when they're already amazing. And I think that if I just let them like grow, then I'm gonna learn to love them even more. And of course, there'll be days where I'll be like, I don't know about this. I have my doubts and fears, just like anything else. But for the most part, I know that one day I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is for me. I love this, and I accept the way that my locks are growing, and I'm gonna let them do their thing. Lock journeys are definitely not for the faint of heart. I will tell you that. So if you're thinking about getting locks, really think it through. Because know that it's going to be a journey and some days it's going to be a struggle. And the starter lock phase is not easy at all. Eventually, like my mom, she's had her locks for 8 years. Eventually, they'll be super low maintenance. But in the starter lock phase, there's a lot that you have to pay attention to make sure that they're healthy and growing and, you know, not combining, which is not the end of the world if they do combine. You just will have thicker locks. I definitely didn't see my locks being this thick when I first got them. I wanted them to be a little bit thinner, but right now I love the size so much. So I'm glad that my loctician did it the way that she did. I definitely like the feel of my thicker ones way better than the thin ones because the thin ones feel like they're gonna fall off. Like I know they're not, but I have that feeling like, oh my gosh, what if these like just fall off? And it is not fun at all. I'm so happy that I'm doing this retwist because I was gonna do it yesterday and the day before that, and I've just been putting it off so long, but I'm like, today, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna tackle it. I'm on Thanksgiving break, so like if I keep pushing it back, then I'm not gonna do it at all. And I'm like, okay, let's get this done. Let's just do it. No more procrastination. It feels so good putting the gel on my scalp. Like it just feels so good. I'm thinking about doing, okay, so I have a lot of video ideas actually, but I'm thinking about for my lock videos because I definitely want to continue doing lock videos. So for my lock videos, I want to do like trying the top 10 lock styles. And that's going to be fun because, you know, I want to start trying some new styles. My locks are getting to the point where I can be so much more versatile with them. So I want to start trying those styles and, you know, playing around with my locks and seeing what I like. There's about maybe 4 hairstyles that I alternate between that I'm like, they're my favorites, but I'm like, I need to do more. Like I need to try out more things so I'm not just doing the same ones over and over again. And I have a lot of ideas for my personal development videos as well. um, I want to do more like personalized videos like Sunday resets, which like I said in the beginning of the video, I had one and it was amazing, but it is what it is. But like Sunday resets, I want to do like a week in my life or a productive day in my life, stuff like that, so that you can actually see the things that I'm saying in like my sit down videos, and you can see like me actually doing those things and taking the actionable steps, because sometimes I feel like showing is better than telling. And so yeah, I have so many ideas of what we can do. And of course, I love sit down videos. I can't wait to do my deep dives. I have like some ideas about doing a conversation about the loving yourself movement, the pros and the cons of that, and if it can go too far. A deep down, anyways, a deep dive, a deep dive in the downward spiral of depression, and just exploring different things, doing research, and putting a lot of thought in some videos. So I have so many ideas, and it's just about, you know, putting them out there and doing them. Like actually sitting down, recording them, taking the time to research what I need to research, and putting the effort in. I think that I really want to save up to get a camera and a computer. If not a camera first, a laptop. just so I can have more storage and have something that's specifically just for video editing, because editing on my phone is sometimes the most annoying, frustrating thing, because I don't know if I'm gonna run into the same storage issues, and it scares the scares what? It scares me so badly, because I'm like, I spent so long working on this video and I had a vision for it and it was amazing, and it ended up being deleted. Yeah, if you're a content creator, I feel you. Like, and if you want to be a content creator, really think about all these different things like video editing and storage and all these different like technical things, because if you love being a creator, if you love helping people, if you love video editing, do it. Yeah, it's amazing. But just think about all the different things and the factors that go into it beforehand, so you're not jumping into it not knowing that things can go wrong sometimes. Especially like popping up with ideas. For me, the ideas part is really easy, but I know for some of my friends, like creating ideas is really difficult for them, which is understandable, because like you have to each week find something that you think is interesting, that you think other people will be interested in, you think other people are going to need or they need help with. Like, you have to think about those things. But a lot of times for me, when it comes to video ideas, they just come to my mind out of nowhere, and I'm like, yes, that's what I want to talk about. Or I think about my younger self and I'm like, what does she need? What would she watch? What would she like? Like, I think about the place that she was in mentally, physically, emotionally, and that gives me many, many, many different ideas. And then sometimes I make videos on things that I need to hear as well. Sometimes I make videos and I'm like, yeah, this was for me, and I know it's going to be for someone else as well. Before you start your channel, I would say have like at least 20 ideas ready. At least 20. So that you're not like every week scrambling and just trying to figure out like your idea, because you know that's not going to help anything. If you don't have the idea in the first place, how are you going to create the video or the thumbnail or anything? If you're like me and you ramble a lot, which this video is good for rambling, so I'm happy that I'm making this video. But if you're like me and you ramble a lot, like, I would really think about writing your own scripts, or at least like your own notes, so that when you are creating like a sit down video, like some of my older videos, you stay on topic. Because for me, I ramble a lot. I have a lot to say sometimes, and so if I don't give myself notes or write a little mini script, then I will get off topic, and then I'll spend hours on a video that's not going to work out, because you guys aren't going to understand anything that I'm talking about. So it's so important. I definitely wish I was done, and I did this a little bit wrong if you can't tell, because I did this first. So let me see what I need to do. See, some of them try to combine. You have to separate those. And this one is thicker than a whole bunch, so I'm sure it combined with other ones. Bro, still left. I have so much hair, man. So much hair. You don't know how ready I am to be done with this retwist. I can't wait till I get to the low maintenance phase. Oh my gosh, because then the only thing I'm going to need to focus on is, of course, maintaining it, but hairstyles, like, and just having fun with it. And I can still have fun with it here, you know, right now, but right now it's mainly about the learning curve and learning how to take care of my locks and all of that stuff. But when I finally get the hang of this, oh my gosh, everybody better watch out, because it's gonna be over. And also, if you guys know more about locks and you have any tips about retwisting your own locks, please comment them down below, because I would love that, because I am trying to learn right now. I'm still learning how to do this the right way, and so I would appreciate any comments, like just telling me like, okay, you did this wrong, you need to do this better. My friend Marcellus, actually, he started his lock journey as well, and he's like a pro already, and I'm like, Marcellus, you need to tell me how. He said he offered to retwist my hair too, but I just want to pay him just because it's just so much. It takes so much effort and time. And he said he would do it for free, but no. I'd rather wait till I can actually pay him. I definitely want to learn how to do my own locks and, you know, get that experience so that if there's ever a time where I absolutely can't get someone to do my retwist, I know how to do it. And I think that's important because when we went through the pandemic, which I haven't talked about that in a long time, but when we went through the pandemic, we weren't able to see anybody. We weren't really able to go out as much. So it's like, I feel like one thing that taught me was to really learn things on my own because there's some things that I might not be able to go out and do. So when it comes to doing my own retwist, like if we ever have another quarantine, which I don't know if we will or not, but if we ever have another one, I'm gonna know how to do my own locks and I'm not gonna have to worry about anything bad happening with them because I'm learning on my own. I think when it comes to locks, like just at least knowing how to do them, unless you live with someone who knows how to do them. Like I know my friend, she has her mom and she knows how to do locks. But unless you live with somebody who knows how to do them, I would suggest like just trying to learn how to do it. But if you have a loctician, I would also talk to them because they're the one who started them in the first place, so they know a lot more about your individual locks. I'm scared to show you the back because as you can see, this is more up, this is more down. So I did something wrong. Ready to see the back? I'm scared. Okay. It's the back. Bro, I don't know. Okay. Let me check the mirror. Oh shoot. Okay. We gotta fix this. Shoot. Because that's gonna look weird. Oh, gosh. This needs to be down here. So I can put it in here. Okay. I'm doing this all with one finger. Okay. I was scared for a minute. I was scared, but it's not too bad. This is what we have left. It's still a lot. Like if you could feel it, you would feel how thick that is. Look at all that hair. But we got this. We're gonna finish it. Pain in my heart. Okay, if you have wax, do you also get this thing where like you're more tender-headed now that you have locks? Or is that just me? When I do this, it hurts. It doesn't hurt too bad, but it still hurts. When I did that when I had just my normal loose natural hair, it didn't feel like anything. But yeah, let me get this gel back. I just realized Thanksgiving's tomorrow. And I'm trying to think of things to talk about because I really did have a lot to talk about. But my mind is blank right now because I'm just thinking about, like, let me just hurry up and finish this. Oh my. And hoping that I get all the footage for this video. Because it's going to be some fun editing. Yay. I was thinking, guys, this is what I want to do. I want to do a video where it's like a Christian girl talk rap with me or something like that. I feel like that would be fun. Not like rap, like, rap music wise, but like rap presence with me. Because I'm trying to think of like some Christmas style videos that still go along with the videos that I want to create. So it can be like a Christian girl talk while I rap presents. And any presents that are for family that I think are going to watch, I'll just censor it out because no, they're not seeing their presents. That's just wrong. It's not happening. So don't think you are if your family member's watching this. It's not happening. But yeah, like with the boys' presents, I'll be able to show you that though, because they're not gonna watch my video. They're 5 and 3, and Josiah, my other little brother who's 13, he doesn't even have access to YouTube, so he's not gonna be able to watch it either. But yeah, I have some fun present ideas for them, and I can't wait. I love Christmas shopping. And I love like just giving gifts in general and putting lots of thought in them because that's one of my love languages is giving gifts. And so I really think about like a special moment or things that I overheard them say or they said to me like a long time ago, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I need to get them. So I love the whole process. It's one of my favorites. But guess what I just found out? I'm actually going to be having a lock appointment on Saturday. So all of this for nothing. But you know what? It's okay. It's not for nothing. It's a learning experience, you know. I needed to practice my locking skills anyways, so my retwist skills, so you know, it's all good. Something. So this needs to go back there. This needs to go back there. Hair tie, don't leave me. We're almost done. Like, how does it feel? We're almost done. Okay, this needs a little bit more little water. Finally, we get to use a spray bottle because I haven't used this at all in this video so far. Like, I think I only used it once. But I need a little bit of water on these because they're a little dry. So, yay. Okay, the feeling like when you finish is such a satisfying feeling. It's like, finally, I've been working hard for this and it's finally done. And I know that this retwist isn't going to come out as perfect. I can already tell. But, you know, it's progress and I'm learning. And that's the exciting part. So if you're in the same boat, like learning how to retwist your hair, just be patient. Even if you're just learning how to do your hair in general, you will get the hang of it. Just be patient, practice, 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 and figure out what works best for your personalized hair, because what works for my hair isn't going to work for your hair, and it's not going to work for the next person, because all of our hair is different. And so we have to think about all those different factors, especially with locks, because locks are such a personalized journey, and not one person's locks look exactly the same. So you might do your locks in the same exact way that I did with coils, and because your hair texture is different, just because your hair volume is different, then your locks are going to look completely different than mine. Is this my last? Okay, if this is my last row, I'm about to be so happy. Nope, it's not my last. See, these locks be trying to combine. They be trying to get married. Like, no. No, girl. That's not how this works. So if you guys ever like feel like I'm not being honest, please call me out on it. Or if I'm not being completely transparent with something, of course there's going to be some things that I'm not going to say, because those are my own personal private issues and experiences, and sometimes things involve other people, and it's like I don't want to share their story too. But if you ever feel like there's something off about what I'm saying, please let me know, because I will be open to hearing you guys out and listening to what you have to say, because this is our community. I know I put that a lot in the description, like this is our community. Comment anything that you suggest or anything that you want to say, but I'm really like sincere on this. I want you guys, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear what you like, what you don't like. And I want this to be our community. So that's really important. We can do discussions in the comments. We can talk about so much. And so feel free to comment anything you would like. Even if it's something that you think is going to be a bit harsh, I'll take it. I like constructive criticism as well. Sometimes it can get to borderline hate, and I don't want that. But, I can learn from anybody, honestly. So, yeah. I'm so thankful I started this lock journey. I am. It has taught me so, so, so much about myself and how to find confidence and more than just my hair. Like how to find myself beautiful, even when my hair is not exactly how I want it to be or how I think it should be. I'm really getting to love my hair unconditionally, love myself unconditionally, my appearance unconditionally, no matter what. All right, so we're done with the retwist. We have the clips in. So I am going to come back and check in with you guys in an hour, and I'm going to take all the clips out and see what it looks like and see if it looks good. And yeah, because we just want it to air dry and, stay in there for a little bit. All right, so it's been an hour, and now it's time to take the clips out and see what happens. See if it looks good, if it looks bad. I have to work soon, so I have to get ready for work after this. But yeah, I definitely want to fix this right here, but we'll worry about that after we get all these clips out. Yeah, I wish I had this lighting earlier because it's really nice. Look at all this hair. There's just so much hair. Ooh, it just feels so good. It feels so soft. Okay, I feel some right here. I feel some right here. Okay. Let me make sure, and then I'll show you the side. Let me make sure I got everything. Wow. They're just so long and thick, and oh my gosh. I remember when they were up to here. Oh my gosh. This side. Okay, on that side. Here's this side. I think this side can use a little bit more work. Wow. I'll be right back. I'm gonna change it to my work clothes and show my Nana my hair because look at these locks. They're so beautiful. Okay, so I'm in my work clothes now, and oh my gosh, I don't want to do this, but I gotta put my hair in a ponytail for work because I cannot work like with my hair out like this. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Like I'm gonna show the back again too. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. Like you don't. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, love you.